Hello viewers, this is SolidWorks lesson 9, and this could probably be the final lesson in our series of SolidWorks for beginners. Here we're going to be dealing with how to build an assembly. All through the classes we've been doing, you've noticed that we have been building in parts. Now we're going to learn how to build an assembly. And once you can get it right here, you can always get it right in any assembly you want to build. All you need to know is the exact dimensions and type what the assembly, different parts the assemblies are made of. Now let's look at this diagram. If you discover this is like a stepper, so this is a full assembly. It has a top step here, it has 2 steps under, and it has 2 legs by the side. So we're going to see how we are going to build this. So let's jump right into SolidWorks. So let's go to SolidWorks. SolidWorks is already open. So let's start from the very beginning. We'll click File, we'll click New, and we select Part as usual. Then we click OK. Now we click OK. What's the next thing we'll do? Let's go back to the diagram. Let's see the dimensions. I created the dimensions. Let's go up here. Okay, so this is the top part. Now look at the top part. It's a rectangle. It has a cut here. This cut, the distance is 20 here. Here is 10 mm. Here is 10 mm too. The length of the rectangle is 150 and the width is 60. So we're going to cut this first as our first part of the assembly. So let's jump right into it. So we go to, let me close this, open this. Okay, so I go to Sketch. First I select, if you look at this instruction here, you can see it's on the top. We select what is concerned the top, but now we are using the top plane. So we come here. If you want to see all the planes, let's come to something like Boss Extrude. You see all the planes. You see here the front plane, you see the top plane, you see the right plane. So it depends on what part of the assembly you are trying to construct. But we're not going to start with the boss assembly here, so we'll close this. So we go to we want the top plane, so we click here, then we select Sketch. So we are here, then we select come to the center rectangle, click the center rectangle, click on this point. Okay, draw. Then we can quickly give it dimensions. Click on Smart Dimension, click here. It was, let's come check again. It was 150 by 60. So we come back here, we type 150 for the length. Click Smart Dimension, type 60, press enter. Okay, now we go back. What do you want to construct now? We construct this rectangle here. So it is 20 by 10 in width. So let's go back. So we select, let's take a corner rectangle this time around. Take from any point here, draw. Okay, right click, select. When we select, we go to Smart Dimension. We select the width of this rectangle. It has to be 20. Enter. Then we take the length. This is the length. We'll take the width here. Okay, make this one 10. Press enter. We check the distance from which point? From this point to this. Okay, from this point, to this point is 20. Look at it, 20. So we go back. We select from here. Click here. Move here. Make it 20 so that we get an exact position. Okay, I think we are done here. So right click click select. Now we'll have to mirror this rectangle on this other side. So we go to center line, start from this point here, draw a straight line, up, right click, select. Then, so what do? We go now to mirror entities. Look at it here, click mirror entities. We select this triangle here, this rectangle here. Okay, you can see all the rectangles are selected. It said mirror about. We click this, select this. You can see the rectangle has appeared on this point. Then we click OK. We click OK. Fine. So we have rectangle on two sides. So the next thing we need to do is to trim entities. So we'll go to trim. Just click this point here. Sorry, or click escape here. Just click trim entities again. Right click from inside here and cut. Good. Click from inside here and cut. Good. You can see it is cut on both sides. Then you click OK. So we are done here. So we can now make it, we can now extrude it, emboss it. We go to features, and now go extrude boss base here. Click on this. Fine. You can see the shape here. What is the thickness? The thickness, we're going to use 10 as the thickness. Then if we use 10, then we click OK. Okay, now let's rotate it and see how it looks like. Where is it? Rotate, zoom rotate. Okay, let's see. Okay, see how it looks like here. Now it's looking beautiful. So we're going to do something extra. We're going to kind of slant it. So let me go back to select. So let's go to this tool here, draft. I click draft. If I click draft, I want to slant it at the top here, So I type at what angle do I want to slant it. I want to slant it at 15 degrees here. So I click type 15 degrees. Then it will ask me, this point is neutral plane. What is the neutral plane? Already selected. I will go to the neutral plane. It means the one that is not going to be adjusted. I go to zoom rotate. I go to rotate. I rotate underneath. Then I go back, I click the zoom rotate again, and I select this point for the neutral plane, this point. Okay, you can see phase 1 on the neutral plane. Then it moves to the, where do you want to, the faces to draft. So which face I want to draft? I want to draft the two faces. Now, I will now click this point, then rotate it again to another point. Rotate. Let me undo the rotate. Rotate icon, and I click the second point. Now the 2 points here have been selected. You can see here phase 2 and phase 3. Now there's something else finally we're going to do here. It says reverse direction. If I click OK now, the slanting will be the slanting will be outward, but I want it to be inner. I click reverse direction, which is this inner here, and I click OK. Now let's see it. Let's right click and rotate it. No, this is a row view, sorry. Rotate. Am I on the rotate? Okay, rotate. And I rotate. Now you see now the edges are slanted forward. So we are done with this. So let's save this. We can just come here and click save. And let's call it top. Yeah, already 2 slots there of top. So let's call it top 1.1. So top 1.1, I click save. So I am done with this. So we create the second part. We click file, we click new. Now we click OK. Now the second part of the assembly is the leg. So this is the leg, and the leg is starting with the right plane. So let's go to get the right plane. So click the right plane here, click sketch. Now sketch. Now we select the line tool. Then we start, okay, before we select the line tool, Let's select the pan tool and move it to the right, to the left direction. Let's move this origin a bit to the side. Okay, then we select the line tool here. We click line here, come to this point here, come to this point, draw this, come to this point, draw something like this, come to this point, draw something like this, come to this point, let it come with the origin, draw something like this. Then click select. Now let's quickly draw a center line. Click center line from this origin here, click here, draw. Okay, I think we have it. Right click, click select. Now let's look at the dimensions of the leg. From here to this point is 100. Then this here is 20. This small point here is 10. Then this small point here is 10. I hope you can get it. So from here to here is 100, here 20, here 10, here 10. So let's go back, come here, let's see. Okay, so we take smart dimension, we take from this point to this point. Here is 100 per center. Then from here to this point here is 20. From here to this point here is 10. Then from here to this point here is 10. Okay, so we have it already in proper shape. Then the next thing we're going to do, we close this. Then we do mirror entities. Then what are you mirroring? You highlight the mirror, the point, so you highlight from this point here. All these points are going to be mirrored, all of them. They say about, select the center line. You can see the mirror object here, and you click OK. Now we have a perfect leg shape here. Now let's check what is there. Now we're going to put the cuts. Now, we did not do this. There's an angle here of 75. That is from this line to this line. We're going to do that 75. So let's quickly do that under the dimension. So let's click smart dimension. We click this line here and this line here. Then we get it at 75. Okay, fine. So at 75 degrees. So it adjusts on both sides. Then I think this one too and this one too should also be 75. So you see it's already 75 because it's mirrored. So we don't need to do that again. We're supposed to do that before we do the mirror, but we have done it now. So then the next thing to do is to create the cut. Now the cuts where the legs are going to enter into, you can see here the width is 10. Look at 10. The length is 20. And the distance from this point to this point is 60. So let's go back and draw it. So we come for the first one, click line 2, select 8 here, point, right click, select. Okay, now smart dimension, let's check the distance from here to this point here, should be 60. It's 53 here, let's make it 60. Good. Then if you want to make it visible, let's right click this and go to, let's click OK. Let me zoom it, select zoom it more visible so that we can do the adjustments that we want to achieve. Let's make it zoom. Then we pan it, move it to this side. Okay, let me zoom it more. Zoom. Okay, fine. Go back to smart dimension, make this point here. Here we want to make this is the width here is 10. Enter. Then the here is 20, the length. Okay, so perfect shape, click OK. We draw another one here. We check back the sketch. Here is from here to this place 20. The width is 10, the distance is the length is 20. So we do the same thing here. So let's come here, line 2, come to this point here, point 1, point 2 or 3. Select. When we select, then smart dimension here to this point is 20. Enter. Then this one is 10. Then the length is the length here from here 20. Okay, so we have a perfect shape. Then we click OK. Then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to trim entities. Remember, it's a cut here, so we click from here, this cut, and this cut here. So okay, undo. That cut 2 places. Okay, so trim entities here, just cut this one. Beautiful. Okay, so you see it here. This is cut, this is cut. Click OK. Then we go to features, then go to extruded boss. Beautiful. It's here. We also leave the depth as 10 mm. I think we're done with this, and we click OK. So the second part, which is the leg, is also ready. So let's rotate it and see how it looks like. Okay, now let's save this file. Click, so just come here, click save here. Let's call it leg 1.2. Click save. Okay, so the next thing now is to draw the step. This is the step. So it is almost like a rectangle. It's by 170 by 50. Let's do that first. So we'll go to File, New, Part. Okay. So we select. Remember the leg. The step is also on top plane. So we take. We'll go back to our diagram, select the top plane, click sketch. Then we select the center rectangle. It is the center rectangle. Click from this point, select what's our dimension, click smart dimension, click here. I think here is 170. 170. Confirm again. What is the second one? It's 50. Good. Go back. Select here, make here 50. Okay, we're done with this. Then come back here. What is this now? This one is we'll start from this point here. This is the length here is 30, the width is 10, the distance from this edge is also 10. Okay, so we can come back here and hook the line tool here. Select from this point to this point to this point to this point. Right click, select. Smart dimension. Distance from here to here is 10. Make it 10. The distance of this width here is okay. Let's take the length here first. Okay, sorry, take the length here. No, click smart dimension again, take the length. Length is no, not angle. I don't want angle. Okay, when you're not getting the smart dimension, you just zoom out so that you can see it in a bigger form, so that it's easy for you to pick it. Okay, let's zoom out. Right click, select, go to smart dimension again, click this length. This is giving you 10. Enter. Then make this one, make it 30. That's what it is. Good. So this is it. So click OK here. Then let's get a center line. Click center line here. Click on this point. Click this. Because we're going to mirror the same thing we did in the other one. Then we'll now mirror. So we'll do okay. We'll mirror. Okay, sorry, we go to mirror entities. Then we click right, copy this. Okay. Let me rotate. So you have to be careful with your tools, because sometimes it will just go. Okay, so we are here. This is where we are. Then select. So we'll go back to mirror entities. Select this. Okay, copy about. Select this. It comes here exactly, and you click OK. Fine. So it's now on both sides. So what we need to do now is to trim. Click trim entities. Click from inside here, out. Good. Click from, still on trim. Click from inside here, out. True. And you click close dialog box. Okay, so this is done. So we'll now go to boss extrude. Boss extrude features. Boss extrude. Okay, this is it here, the boss extrude. Then we click the box extrude. The 10 is 10 mm. Then we click OK. Okay, I think we are on the top plane. So let's rotate it and see. Rotate. Let's rotate it. Rotate it. Where's our rotate to? Rotate it here. See. Okay, it's looking beautiful. Now I think we should also do some adjustments on the edge here using our auto. So we'll go to select. Let's come to the draft tool. We click the draft. We come to it will ask us the draft angle. Let's say 15 degrees. Then which one? This one is the selected here. That's the permanent angle. It's in the neutral plane. Sorry. So we rotate it. Let's rotate it. Rotate it here. Rotate this one. Good. Then we now come to the other point, which is the face to draft. Click this point. Then we will now have to reverse the direction. You can see the arrow is down, but we want it upward. So reverse the direction upward. Then we click apply. So we have the third part now. We click OK. If we rotate it here, click rotate, we come here. You can see beautiful. So we also save this as we can call it step 1.3. So we have the three parts together now. So what do? Since we have the three parts together now, we can now assemble the three parts together. So now we'll now click File, we'll click New. Now watch what's going to happen. We've been using part. Now we're going to use assembly. Click Assembly, click OK. And we click OK. Now you can see all the things that we did are available here. We did top 1.1, step 1.3, leg 1.2. Okay, so now let's pick the first one, top. We click top. It says available. We keep it to one side here. Click. Okay, the next thing we are going to do, we are going to also insert components. Click insert components here. Select the thing we need now is the leg. Click the leg, bring it somewhere here, position it. Okay, before we introduce the third one, we're going to use one tool called Mate. Mate is what that helps you to do the assembly. So you click Mate. Now, when you click mate, you now have to know which areas. Now, we want to make sure that this one locks in with your one inside. So what do? Let's rotate it. Rotate it. I want to mate this point here, and I come to this point here, and I want to mate it with this. You see that? Good. Now, what else do I want to do? You can see how it looks like now. So I want to move. Okay, I want to make this point here. Okay, sorry, before I go there, before I do that, let me repeat the process. I click mate. If I click mate, I want to make this inner point, which is here, this point here. I want to make it mate with this. I click it, then I click this arrow here, which is add finish mate. Okay, that's a step one. Then I want to click this mate here. I want to make it merge with this mate here. You see it? Okay. I click OK. Then let me turn to. Okay. Then I want this mate here, this one here, to mate with this one here. Okay, and I click OK. Now let's turn it. You can see I have a perfect, very perfect assembly. Okay, so what's the next thing I'm going to do? I'm going to create a second one here for this. So I click OK. I'm done with the mate. Now let me mirror this one here. So I come here, click this, and I click OK. First, let me select this point here. I come to this point here. Yes, what do I want to mirror? I want to mirror this. So I come to this point here. I come here. I select top plane. Let me see. Okay, no, I'm mirroring about this. Sorry. So I come here. I come here. Okay, I select the right plane here. So I now select, come to this point, I now say come to this linear component here. Let me check. Okay, yes, under my linear component, I come to mirror components. Then I select this point, this object here, and I click OK. Beautiful. You can see it now. I have a very beautiful shape here. Now let me rotate it. Let me rotate it so that way we can see it. Okay, see my assembly is coming to shape. Then I click select. I insert another component, which is the last one, which is the step. I come to the step here and I bring it in. This is my step. I can position it at any position. Let me position near it. And I click. Okay. Let me undo it. Ctrl Z. Insert components. My step. Okay. Let me bring it somewhere that makes sense. Okay. Fine. Then I come to mate here. I want to make this inner point with the inner point here. So I can click mate this one. Yes. Then let me turn. You can see it here with this point here. I click OK. I come back here. I'm getting there. Then I mate this point with this other point. So I click mate here, this one with which side? This side. Good. I click OK. Then let me look at it very well. Okay, you can see my object is well balanced. Then I can mate this one, if I still want to do that, this one with this down point here to be properly. Done. Beautiful. So you can see it on this side. So I'm not done yet. Done. I click OK. I use the pan tool. I come to the side. Okay, let me rotate now. So I have the back point now. This is the back point. I click Insert Components. Click the step again. I bring it to this point. Okay, if you notice it is not properly aligned, so let me come to the move component here. Click rotate. I select this and I rotate it in a proper direction so that it will come to this point, to face this other one. Then right click. Now select. Let me do my mating now. Click mate. I can come. I can take this one here, then move to this direction, come to this direction. Okay, click OK. Then let me see, I want to mate this with the inner of this. Come here, click OK. Then I want to mate this point here. I want to make this point here with the inner of this, with this one here. Okay, I click OK. Yes. Okay, so I think I have a perfect shape here. Yes, it is properly mated. Okay, so let me now zoom. Click OK. Now zoom to fit. So let me rotate. So we can now pick each of the appearances, any one we want. Okay, so I can come to this point here, click on this one, select appearances. Now select the body. So then I select this one, red. I can select any color I like, blue. Click OK. Select this one. Select this body here. Select appearances. Click body. I select body. Select any color I like and give it green, any one I like. Click OK. Select the step. Select the step. Select appearances. Give it body. Give it any color I like. You don't have to be defined by any color. And you click OK. So you have it. This is how to assemble a component in SolidWorks. So if you have any questions or suggestions or observations, please drop your comments. My name remains Vincent Hope. Thank you for watching.